Most people think that it's hard to find good clients that will pay you a lot of money for your services. But the reality is it's actually quite easy. The problem is that people are using the wrong strategies to get clients, and that's why they can only sign these low quality, poor clients that can't even afford to run their business, never mind pay an agency for a service. And I've been on both sides of this. So when I first started my agency 5 years ago, I went through a phase where I was following all of the regular advice to get clients, mass cold emails, sending loads of cold DMs every single day. And I too, number one, struggled to sign clients, but when I did, or when I got responses from these people, they were usually like low quality clients that weren't even making that much money anyway. And the truth is if a business is doing less than 20 or even like 50K profit per month, then they have no business hiring an agency. But the problem is a lot of people, when they do the outreach methods, they're only getting in contact with these types of businesses who are like desperate for revenue, they're desperate for sales, and they're not the types of people that you want to work with. When you're working as an agency, you want to work with clients who are already established, that are already making a lot of money, that already have established and proven offers and products. Those are the clients you want to work with. But it's hard if you follow the regular advice, because the regular advice is just to create a Lemless account or an Instantly account and just send mass cold emails. And the problem with that is that you are making generic offers to the wrong businesses. What you want to do is make personalized offers to the right businesses. Because the problem with sending like mass cold emails and mass cold DMs is that you're playing a numbers game. So you're just trying to contact as many businesses as possible, and there's no manual check on whether that business is right for you. You've just downloaded their data for some software, or you've paid like a VA to scrape the data for really cheap. But you haven't like looked at that business and thought, hey, this is a good business to work with. You just got a few criteria that you've put into some form of software or a SOP sheet, and you're just expecting that to magically filter out the wrong businesses. But obviously that's not the case. So the problem with that mass approach is that the only way to really stand out if you're sending the same email to 1,000 people is if you've got already some form of like credibility, i.e. you're a known name, so you and your own company is a name that people know, or you have just like loads of case studies and results. And even better if you have case studies and results in the industry that you're prospecting, i.e. if you're targeting makeup e-commerce brands, then if you have other clients in that space, then obviously that's going to make you stand out more. But obviously that lies a problem, because when you're just starting out and you don't have any clients, you don't have any case studies, you don't have any results, how the hell are you going to stand out in these generic emails that you're sending? You don't have the luxury as a beginner to have loads of credibility and proof and case studies that you can leverage to get the response. People aren't just going to respond to like $100 million offers where it's like, hey, we'll increase your sales or your money back, or we'll get you 20 new clients a month for your money back. It's all BS. People have heard it all before. They ain't going to respond to that. If it's a clear mass cold email or a mass DM campaign, they're only going to respond to relevant case studies. And as a beginner, you don't have that. So how do you stand out? How do you stop becoming like a commodity? And the way you do that is through personalization. So you need to find specific businesses that you want to work with, and you want to make them a specific offer. That is your unfair advantage, because as a beginner, you probably have a lot of time on your hands. You probably don't have many clients you're working with. So therefore, you have the time to send these personal outreach messages. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. So this is, by the way, this is literally what I did when I first started my business. So what you got to look at it as a beginner, is it's going to be very difficult for you to come in, and as a beginner with no proof or case studies, it's going to be hard for another business to hire you to take over a part of their business that is currently working. So, for example, if you are an advertising agency, so me, for example, when I first started out, this is what I did. So I went to Ads Library And I was working with online coaches, right? So people selling like courses and info. And I would go to Ads Library and I would type in stuff like discovery call, because I knew that the people running ads that had keywords around discovery calls were typically like high ticket coaches who were selling info products. So that was good for me because those were the type of coaches that I wanted to work with. Now, I would go through the ads library, and maybe this wasn't the best search, but there's definitely, you can see here, there's obviously some people selling, there's a few people selling high ticket info products here. I would scroll through this and I would, basically prospect these people. And I would basically I would send them an outreach message where I was basically saying, hey, saw you're running ads, but I noticed some improvements that could increase your conversions. Want to hop on a call and want me to send through a video or whatever the friggin' BS thing was that I was pitching, right? And I thought that was good. I was finding people who were already running ads, so they weren't scared to invest into ads. And I was pitching them on how I could improve it, right? So I thought they would want that offer. That offer sucks. Why does it suck? Because if you are a beginner and you have no case studies or results, who in the right mind, what type of business owner in the right mind is going to hire you to take over something that's maybe already working for them? And if it's not already working for them, then you probably don't want to work with those people, right? So you don't want to find people who are already executing on the service you want to provide. If you're a beginner, it's different if you have case studies, because they aren't going to hire you. Now, if I had tons of social proof and loads of experience and I had worked with people in similar industries to the people that I found on here, so I just want to find one person. I saw him, the miner guy. Probably wasn't the best search to just book in discovery call. So let's just say this guy, for example, right? He's selling to sales reps, right? So if I prospect this guy and I've worked with some of the biggest names in the sales space or the biz ops space, then yes, I can pitch him an improvement offer, which is like, hey, let me come in and improve these ads because I've got proof and credibility. But if I have no case studies of running ads for people, then why is this guy going to hire me to take over an activity he's probably already hired someone to do, or he maybe had someone on his team doing? The numbers just don't work out. Maybe, by luck, he's just in a really bad point with his ads and he's desperate for someone to come in and take them over. And maybe by luck, you get him at the right time. But the reality is that's not going to happen for 99% of you. And it's not a strategy that you should, rely on to grow your company. So the worst thing you can do as a beginner is start going out and pitching improvement offers. I'll come in and improve your advertising. I'll come in and take over your newsletter marketing. I'll come in and improve your emails, right, for your e-commerce store. That's not the way to do it. The way you want to pitch people is with a bolt-on offer. So a bolt-on offer is basically pitching someone on a service that they're not currently executing on, that could obviously make them more money. But at the same time, it's not going to necessarily interfere with what they're currently doing. It's not going to have an impact on their current marketing activity. It's not going to have a big impact on the profitability of the business. So if we're looking for this, maybe this Justin guy, let's just say that he runs his whole company on paid ads. So if he was to outsource his paid ads to me, that has a huge impact on his current marketing activities. Because if I come in and fuck his ads up, he gets no calls booked, he makes no sales, he makes no money, and his company goes bankrupt, right? So me coming in and taking over his main lead gen activity has a huge impact on his business. Therefore, it's too much of a risk for him to hire me as a beginner. So what I did, and I didn't even really know I was doing this at the time, I just it just made sense in my head. But what I did when I first started out is I knew I wanted to offer paid advertising as a service because that's what my experience was in. So what I did was find people who weren't running ads and I offered them an advertising service. Now I know you might be like, well, fucking duh, obviously, Sam. That's not some golden opportunity you've just told us about, and I get it. But the problem is what most people do. They will find any type of business who might need ads and they'll just pitch them. But you don't want to do that either. because that gets the problem of you working with crappy businesses that aren't making money. Like, of course, someone who, like if I'm like prospecting online coaches, of course, if a coach isn't making any money and they're not signing any clients, and then I pitch them and be like, hey, I can get you clients for Facebook ads, they're going to be like, yeah, sounds good. Like, let me hire you. But if their business isn't already successful, if they're not already making money, if they don't have a proven offer, if they don't already have clients themselves and case study themselves, then that's going to be very hard for me to get them results with ads. And the reality is they probably don't have the money to pay me a lot. And I did this in the beginning. I worked with beginner people, and the most I could charge was around like $500 to $1,000 per month for ads. Whereas when I implemented the strategy I'm going to show you in a second, I started working with bigger and better clients, and the most we've ever been paid in a single month for a client is about 40 grand, right? So that's obviously a lot more than what I was charging. And I don't get paid that every month by every client, by the way. That's the most we've charged. But I get paid a lot more by those clients versus, the $500 a month client. So what you want to do is find, obviously, clients that have some form of leverage that you can lean on to make sure that your service goes well. So if I'm running paid ads for someone, I need to make sure that they have a proven offer. They already have case studies and results from their program that I can leverage. And it also helps if the client is really good on video, because that means they can create good video ads. It means that they can create good VSLs, good webinars. So all of that stuff is really ideal for me to be able to run like a good advertising campaign for like an online coach. But it doesn't just have to be the paid advertising example. It can be different stuff. So if I saw an online coach and they weren't building their email list, then that would potentially be a bolt-on offer, right? If they aren't currently building their email list and sending emails to that list and selling via email, then that's a missed opportunity for them. So if that's the case, and I want to start offering email services to online coaches, then what are the things that you need? Well, number one, they need the ability to grow an email list. So therefore, I'm not going to prospect someone with 5,000 Instagram followers and be like, hey, let me do your email marketing. Because even if you write the best emails in the world and you have the best opt-in page in the world, you're going to get fuck all subscribers. Like, you're not going to drive the traffic. So if you're going to offer email marketing services as a bolt-on offer, again, you're not going to online coaches and be like, hey, I've saw some improvements that you can make to your newsletter. Hey, I saw that you're collecting emails. Do you want me to write a welcome sequence for you? You're not going to do that because that's an improvement offer of what they're already doing. But if you find an online coach that doesn't have an email list, then you can offer email marketing services to that person. But they need the ability to drive traffic. So you need to find people with large followings or the ability to spend on ads or whatever it is to fill that email list up. And therefore, that's going to help you make that person more money. And therefore, your service is going to go well. So you need, when you're thinking about the service that you're offering and the people that you're going to, you need to find people with the points of leverage that you can lean on just to make sure that your service goes well. Like me, for example, if I run ads for someone and I know they can sell on video and I know they have loads of case studies and social proof and I know they have a proven product or a proven service, it makes my life 100 times easier. Because the client that paid me 40 grand in 1 month, it's the easiest money I've ever made. And it was a lot easier doing that for them because we made them like over $1 million in a month. It was a lot easier me doing that for them versus me with the $500 a month client when I first started out. Like, that was a nightmare and that was a lot of work because they didn't have case studies, they weren't very good on video, and they didn't have a proven offer or product. So it was an absolute nightmare. So I thought about that. Well, I didn't even think about it. Like I said, I just naturally did it. So I was like, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to people who have large YouTube followings, and I'm going to find the people that have large followings on YouTube, so that shows that they are good on video. It also kind of shows, if they have a large following, that they have some form of message that is resonating with the audience, so they have a good connection and they know what their audience wants. And I'm also going to make sure that they are selling some form of course or program. So again, I'm not working with someone who's trying to create something from scratch, because again, that adds a lot more resistance and friction to getting them results. I'd rather that they have something that's already sold and proven to sell. And I also want to make sure that they're not running ads. So I want to make sure that what I'm offering is going to be a bolt-on offer. So I scrapped looking in the Facebook ads library, and I just went to YouTube. So what you want to do when you come to YouTube is you want to go after like a specific niche, right? So for me, you guys will know I went off to kind of like a personal development, law of attraction niche, just because that's what my experience was in. But let's just say you wanted to do like fitness, right? And fitness is a super competitive niche. I'm not saying go after this one, but I just know there's a few examples. So what you want to do is you want to come to YouTube and you want to search for a keyword. So it could be weight loss, it could be muscle gain, all like the buzzwords or the keywords for that industry. Just type it in here, and you want to look at the results. And then what you also want to do is you want to filter. I don't know if I've already done this. You want to filter on 4 to 20-minute videos. So you don't want to look at YouTube Shorts. I prefer looking at longer form videos because I think that means that people have like a deeper connection with their audience. And I basically just went through and I looked at all these people, and any of the people that looked like they were some form of like a fitness coach, like this person here, this Zoe person, the Love Sweat Fitness. This Jeremy guy, I just went through and I opened up all of the channels on YouTube, right? And you can do this. You can scroll through all of the pages. You can type in multiple different keywords. You could literally be here for hours finding these people. So basically, I would open all them up in a few different tabs, and I've got them open at the top here, and I'd go through, and then I'd look at the stuff, and I'd be like, okay, well, this guy's got 6.7 million subscribers, so very clearly he's good on video. He knows what his audience wants. He's obviously got a message that is resonating with a lot of people. So, tick, they got a big following. Now I need to make sure that he has some form of program or course that we can monetize. So I'm going to click on here. He's got a website. So I'm just going to click here. See if it opens up. Transform your body with, so he's got start quiz. And it looks like he's got like a bunch of programs here. Sorry, it's taking a little while to load. But I would scroll through and I would just make sure that he has got some form of program that we can sell. And he very clearly has, right? He's got supplements as well, but he's very clearly got programs. He's got a quiz, which is probably going to take you through a few questions, and then it'll recommend you some form of like fitness program. So very clearly, like this guy has a huge following and he's got something that we can sell. So now we need to check whether he's running ads or not. So usually they'll have like a Facebook link in their bio. So I'm just going to go here. Oh, twice done that. You want to come to about. Oh, usually it lets me just go straight to the page without logging in. There we go. You want to go to about, and then you want to go to page transparency. And you can see this guy is running ads. So I wouldn't pitch this guy. So if you go to his ads library, he's running a bunch of different ads, and I wouldn't bother outreaching to this guy. Some of the ads look pretty recent, kind of like this summer. So whether they're working well or not is probably not working that well, considering most of them have only started being ran in September. But I don't care. He's probably got a team running it for him already. I don't want to waste my time trying to prospect someone who's already running ads for the reasons that we just mentioned. So I'm not, unless I've got loads of case studies of like fitness people that have helped scale with ads, then I wouldn't bother prospecting this guy. So we can just get rid of Jeremy. And I'd basically go through that and do that for all these people. So we look at this Zoe girl. I don't even know if she's a fitness person because it looks here, beauty, fashion, marketing. So realistically, she probably just had like a weight loss video that went viral. She doesn't look like she's like a fitness coach. So again, I'm not going to go after like an influencer type person. I'm just going to get rid of her. So that's another person I wouldn't do. We've got Dr. Mike Hansen. He's obviously like a health guy. Let's have a look at his links. So he's got something here that says courses. So looks like he's selling some form of course. And then I'm going to go to his Facebook as well. So his Facebook, you're going to go to about, page transparency. He's not running ads, okay? So this is potentially someone that we could come in and be like, hey, we can help you scale with ads. Now, this is taking a little while to load. Maybe my laptop's a bit slow. We'll go to his website as well. Doesn't look like it's a good Instagram. But this guy has 1.1 million subscribers, so he has a big following. He's not running Facebook ads, so that's another tick. I don't know if it's going to load, and I don't want the video to go on that long. So if this took me to a page where he had like different courses, or you're selling some form of product that I know I could monetize with ads, then he would be a perfect person for me to reach out to, and I would prospect him personally, right? Let's go to this person. So again, 800K subscribers, definitely like a fitness channel. We can go to Facebook. I think I clicked on this before. Yeah, I think a Facebook page is deleted. So what I would potentially do here is I would look to see, she's obviously got a big following. She's got a workout app. So that's something you could definitely try and monetize. Although apps are a little bit harder than programs. You can see here that she's selling more. She's got meal plans. So again, this is something you could probably run ads for. If not just like a retargeting campaign, but if she has like a back end as well, that's obviously better, but that would require obviously you getting on a call with them and speaking to them. So this is potentially someone I would reach out to, but you need to check if they're running ads. So if you can't get on the Facebook page for whatever reason, like it's broken like that, then you can come back to ads library and you can just type in the kind of like name, and you can see here that she pops up. And she's obviously got a few pages, so she's probably ran ads at some point. But you can see that she's not running ads, right? So you could check the other pages as well, just in case she's like running ads from a second page, but it doesn't look like it. So this person, 800K subscribers, got a large following, good on camera. She's selling workout programs. So ideally we would want more of an expensive one versus like a $70 ebook, but maybe it's worth the conversation. And she's not running ads, so we can offer a bolt-on offer to them. And I'll explain how I kind of like position that in a second, but I just want to show you a few more examples. So she's potentially someone that we could reach out to. Let's go super quick here. So again, I'm just going to show you, just like walk you through a few examples. So this person, Roberta, 6 million subscribers, which is nuts. Looks like she's selling some form of app. Again, apps aren't my favorite thing in the world to sell with ads, but even just retargeting alone would probably kill it because she's got 6 million subs. Transparency, she's not currently running ads. She's got 6 million subscribers. She's not running ads, and she is selling some form of a weight loss app. So I'd probably check the app out. I'd do probably a bit more research into what she's selling, but that again is someone potentially that we could reach out to. The Fit Mother Project, 400K subscribers, slightly lower, but still worth reaching out to if they hit the other criteria. We've got the social links here. We got this one. Okay, so this looks like a proper funnel. So these people look like, they've got a ClickFunnels account. This looks like a proper funnel page. So this is someone I would potentially reach out to, that's for sure, because it looks like they've got different programs. If we look at their socials, so if we open up here, about transparency, not currently running ads. So this is definitely someone who I would reach out to. Okay, so we'll just do a couple more. 25 mil. She does, well, it is fitness. 25 mil people. Let's look at the Facebook. Looks like she's got an app as well. She's doing free workout programs. So she's offering free workout programs. Maybe this is just a funnel to get people into the app. Maybe she has more paid programs on the back end. Again, you'd have to do a bit more research into a business, but again, even just like retargeting ads alone for this girl would kill it. She's got 340K followers on Facebook. What's she on here? 25 mil on YouTube. She's got 2 Instagram accounts, 2.6 million, 600K. This is like a gold mine account. And she's not running, well, is she running ads? She's not running ads. So again, perfect account for you to reach out to. So pretty friggin' nuts. This person obviously would make a shitload of money with ads just from the retargeting alone. Never mind, trying to come up with a cold marketing strategy. So yeah, and we can do a couple more. Although we've already found a couple of good ones, but I would literally just do this. Like when I first started, I literally just typed in all the keywords and I would just go through and make a huge list of the people that I wanted to target. So 1.27, big following. Doesn't look, he's got the fasting method, so he's got, clearly this is probably some form of program. So he's got a quiz, and he'll probably sell a program in the back end, so I'd probably go and have a look. Oh, he's got the programs up here. So he's got a community, he's got coaching, and he's got a masterclass, so this sounds like it'd be the perfect person. I can't find his Facebook, so again, what I'm going to do, I'm going to type his name in, copy his name, come here, and just see if I can find him. And he's got multiple accounts, so again, I'm going to check all of the main pages, no ads there. No ads on this one. Oh, this guy's got loads. He's definitely ran ads in the past. If he's got this many Facebook pages, he's definitely run ads before, because there's no reason to have so many Facebook pages. Last one. Cool. So none of these are running ads. Maybe he's run ads in the past, but he's not running any ads now. He literally has multiple different programs. He has a huge online following. Perfect client for you to reach out to, even as a beginner, because again, you're not coming to him and being like, hey, I can help you edit your videos, right? No, if you're a beginner, you got no results and no credibility in the editing space, then why is someone who has grown to 1.27 million subscribers going to hire a beginner to help him with his thumbnails or his videos? He's not. You ain't got a chance, right? So again, also I think as well, he's got like a newsletter, right? Or he's got like a quiz funnel. You come to this guy and you're like, hey, I can improve your quiz funnel. Hey, I signed up to your newsletter and I think like I'm a copywriter and I can improve the emails. Blah, blah, blah. Want a video where I show you how? No, he doesn't want a video. He doesn't want your help because you're new. You have no results, no credibility. And he looks like anyway, he's already doing pretty well without you. So he's not going to let you come in and take over his marketing. Final one, girl called Lucy, 500K subs. They're still pretty big. She's got a website. She's selling events. She's got a workout app. She's got Substack. Yeah, definitely, again, obviously sells fitness coaching, sells some other stuff as well. She's already got an email list. So again, I'm not going to pitch her on email services, but if she's not running ads, then doesn't look like I can find her. But you get the point, right? Maybe you could type in a few more words here to try and figure it out, but if you did a little bit of research, maybe we could find her a little bit more. But the reality is, I just spent, 28 minutes on this video, and I already found at least a handful of people that I would reach out to. So once I've got like my list of people, I would then go and send them personal messages. So I'm not using mass cold outreach tools, but I'd send them personal messages on Facebook, Instagram, and I'd send it to the email. Now, the cool thing about prospecting on YouTube is that most people in the info have an email address. So you just need to click on here. You want to click submit. And sorry, Lucy, I am going to expose your email. But what should happen here, it should happen, is when I click submit, it's going to populate the email that is linked to this account. So it's super easy to find like the right email addresses for these people. But the reality is, like, most of these people will just have the email somewhere on their website. Like, it doesn't take too long to find people's emails. If you look on the website, So I would either I'd first look on their YouTube to see if they have it. Then you want to look in the Instagram bio, because sometimes in their Instagram bio, it will say something along the lines of like, for inquiries or business related stuff, email me. And then I would just check out the links, the website. You can see here, email. This is going to pop up and it's going to allow me to probably email them. Another way to do it, if you can't find it on the website for whatever reason, but you know that they have like a newsletter. So before, I think I saw that she had like a newsletter. You could contact them with there, or that probably wouldn't work. But if any of them have like an email list that you want to sign up to, then you can sign up to that. So like for this person, for example, I would go here and I would sign up to his newsletter, and he's going to send me like a welcome email being like, hey, welcome to the newsletter. And then I would just respond to that email with my pitch, essentially. So always do Facebook, always do Instagram, and then always send an email as well, pitching them. For this niche, for like online coaches, Instagram always worked best for me, but I would always prospect them on 3 different channels just to increase the chances of getting them to reply. And then essentially what you want to do is pitch them on your bolt-on method. Your bolt-on offer. So your bolt-on offer is essentially, hey, we can get you more customers, or we can get you X results without any extra work from you and without it impacting anything that you're doing. So when I was pitching my ad service, it was like, hey, can see you're doing well on organic marketing. I can get you more clients, more customers. It's going to take no extra work from you. I'm going to handle absolutely everything. And we're going to help you grow and scale and get you in front of new people who have never heard of you before. And we're going to create a system that can convert them into a customer for you. Again, no work from you. It's not going to impact any of the work that you're currently doing. We're just going to basically bolt onto your business and basically produce another revenue stream for you, right? Again, I would polish it a little bit more than that. And I would obviously, in the video that I pitch them with, I would obviously get the offers up, the socials up, and make it a lot more personalized. But you get the point. But again, you also don't just want to pitch them and be like, hey, bolt-on offer, right? You also want to pitch them using their pain points. Now this where like it comes in to knowing who your ideal customer is. And this is why I recommend, for most people anyway, like picking some form of niche or industry that you want to go after. So whether that be fitness, whether that would be like trading coaches, BizOp, like people who are selling BizOp, people who are selling like personal development courses, people who are selling like hobby courses, just some form of like niche or industry where the people that you're going after, they all share common pain points. So for me, I was going after YouTubers in like the personal development, spiritual development, law of attraction space. So there's a few things that I know about that customer. Number one, their zone of genius was making organic videos. Like they were very good at creating content that went viral and being kind of like the face and the brand and the attractive personality. They were almost like artists. They were creators. They liked creating stuff, right? So I knew that about my person. They like being the face. They like being the personality. Number two, and this goes for like the more spiritual people, those people, they didn't love like technology. They weren't very good at like project management. They didn't love like having to deal with a million different things at once. Like that particular client, they wanted to live in flow. They wanted to feel it easy. They didn't like to overstress themselves. And even in some cases, they didn't like to overwork. They kind of wanted like an easy business. And that's why they liked creating content, because they could basically create content, it would go viral, and it would make them money. So I knew that those were like the pain points and the desires of my customer. So I would pitch them on that. And I would basically appeal to those pain points and desires with my pitch. And then I would link it to the bolt-on offer, right? So again, like I know for example, like the spiritual people, they didn't like to face resistance. If they were like struggling with something in business, sometimes they would be like, oh, this is a sign that I don't do it. So they didn't like to overwork and they didn't like to push themselves too much. But if you're helping like Amazon FBA coaches, then maybe those people, their personality is like grind, blah, 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 like hustle harder. So the way you pitch them is going to be different based on industry. So in my pitch for the spiritual people, it was very much like, look, it's going to be hands off. You're not going to have to do anything. We can actually grow and scale your company without any input from yourselves. It's going to it's not going to require any energy from you. And we can just run the ads. We can grow the company. And it's also going to be, your company's growth is going to be less reliant on you making videos. So you can actually work less and earn more. Again, it was kind of along those lines. And again, I knew that for the people whose business was reliant on YouTube videos, that the algorithm is basically determining whether they make money or not. And they were kind of sick of being a slave to the algorithm. They were also sick of launching products over and over again. They just wanted something that was more automated and easier so they could go out and live their life. So that's what I pitched them. But again, that pitch is going to be very different for someone else. If you're pitching like a 25-year-old fucking trader who is trying to make as much money as humanly possible by selling courses and coaching, then you coming in and being like, hey, it's hands off, you're not going to have to do any work, is probably not going to appeal to them very much, because they probably want to be involved in everything. They want to push, they want to work hard, they want to grow fast. So you need to adapt the pitch to the personality and the goals and the desires of the person as well. All right, long video. That's it. Like I said, already found some ideal clients that I would, go out there and pitch, and it only took me a few minutes. So any questions about this, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.